Let's look at the settings inside Seesaw. Your settings are going to be in this wrench. Here is where you can add students or add family members, in addition to seeing them down here at the bottom of your screen as well. You can change the class name or the grade level. Here's where you can manage teachers. If you wanted to add a co-teacher, for example, you can put their email address in and invite the teacher here. Now they're going to have all the same permissions as you, so make sure that you're aware of that before you give them permission, because they're going to have complete control over your class the same as you. You can choose a class theme, so that's pretty much just choosing the color that it is. And you can choose a class icon. So you can choose one of their cute icons, or you can upload any image that you choose that you have. Then we get down to the students bracket. You can choose the student sign-in mode from here. This one I have on a class code using one-to-one devices. For any school system that has set up with Google or with Microsoft with emails, you're going to choose this email Google option, which when you set up your class, you're going to have already done that. But if for some reason you needed to change it midstream, you can change it midstream right here. You can manage your students right here, although if you have chosen the email Google route, there's not going to be a lot for you to do in the Manage Students section. Student likes and comments, here's where you're going to enable them to be able to add the little heart to each other's posts, or you're going to be able to enable them or disable them from being able to comment on one another's posts. And you're going to make sure that new comments require approval. I think this is a very good thing to have turned on. It's a good safe space for students to learn how to handle themselves on social media. It's a great learning ground for them to learn how to comment in a kind way, which is a very good thing for them to learn at an early age, because like it or not, social media is probably going to be a part of their life. So I think it's very beneficial to them to learn early on that they can be a part of this social media scene and do it in a kind way. But should they choose to abuse that privilege, then you can always come in here and you can toggle it off. Simple as that. But if you toggle it back on, having this new comments require approval means that anytime that a student comments on another student's piece of work, then you have to approve it as the teacher before it goes live to anybody else. And that is a very good thing, because you never know what another child is going to say. New items require approval. That's a good idea, because a new item can be where a student has turned in work, but a new item can also be where a student has posted a video or posted a picture. And while those can be academically related, they could also just be a random selfie, and you never know what you're going to get. The free version does not allow enable item editing, so if your students do forget to do something on their assignment and they've turned it in, it's kind of tough cookies and it's already done, but it's easy enough to go and reassign it to them and just let them redo the assignment. And a lot of times the Seesaw assignments are not super in-depth, so they can, pretty much repost it within a short amount of time. Enabling the sample student gives you kind of a pretend kid for the teacher to be, and lets you have the ability to kind of walk your students through what an activity looks like without having to be one of your real students or get into their account. And so that lets us be able to show them how to do stuff first. So I like having this sample student. Plus, your kids oftentimes love to see what's in the sample student's journal, especially if the sample student messes up. A lot of times when I'm showing students how to do the activity, I will purposely mess up and show them where I think that they might stumble or mess up, and then normally they will kind of like skip over those places that I thought they might mess up because the sample student already messed up in that spot, so they're less likely to mess up there. If you choose to enable family access, you can toggle it on right here. It's toggled off by default. So when you toggle it on, then this is where you're going to mess with your family settings. You can manage your families. You have pending family approvals. You can give the families the ability to like and comment and share from here as well. Speaking of families, when families do come into your Seesaw classroom, families do not have access to see all of the work. Families only see the work of their particular student. So if Johnny's family joins your Seesaw classroom, Johnny's family will only see Johnny's work. Sally's family will only see Sally's work. Now, if the teacher posts an assignment, an announcement to the class, for instance, the field trip to the zoo is on Friday, don't forget your money needs to be turned in by Tuesday, then all of the families and all of the students will see that announcement. Or if the Thanksgiving party, we posted a picture of all the students who dressed up for the Thanksgiving party, and the teacher posted that picture as an announcement, all the families would see that picture. But if it's student work, only the families will only see the work that's related to their student, and they won't see every student's work, which I think is a very good feature. It keeps their students' work private and only between them and their families. You have the ability to start a class blog if you want to. You can toggle that on right here. And then in the free version, you do not have folders or skills, so you don't have to worry about that. I do not ever toggle on save to the camera roll. I don't ever want all of the activities that I put on to save to my camera roll. I just keep it in the cloud in Seesaw. And then at the end of the school year, when I'm finished with this class and I'm ready to kind of close out my things for the end of the school year, I'm going to click Archive Class, and that's going to kind of put this class on the back burner and allow me space open up to put my new class for the next year for my incoming students. So that is where all the settings are for your classes in Seesaw, and those can all be found inside the wrench up here beside your class name and your little class icon.